Hello, and welcome to our webinar titled Thinking of Starting Your Own Business. You're probably tuning in today because you've had that light bulb moment, an idea for a new business. It's an exciting time, but at the same time, it can also be a period of uncertainty, given there are lots of new issues to come to terms with, and of course, there are financial risks when you start a business. Before we launch into the presentation, we have to mention that the content of this webinar is general information only. Every business is different. Each industry has its own rules and regulations, and every entrepreneur has a different set of financial circumstances. As such, we're simply providing an overview and general guidelines on starting a business. As you can read on our disclaimer, there's no substitute for professional advice, and when starting your business, you may need to consult with an accountant, a solicitor, an insurance agent, and possibly a marketing consultant. Now, with those legal matters out of the way, let's get on with the presentation. Let me kick the webinar off with a warning. Starting a business is a process. It requires research, risk, passion, and planning. In fact, the failure rates of small businesses in this country is extremely high, with more than half of new businesses failing during their first year of operation. It's a confronting statistic, but it serves as a warning to budding entrepreneurs because it's not easy, and no amount of enthusiasm, money, hard work, or talent can guarantee you success in business. However, by the end of this webinar, you should have a clear understanding of the steps involved in launching your new business. By way of introduction, we're an accounting and business advisory firm, but we do more than just keep the score for our clients. Over the years, we've mentored hundreds of entrepreneurs through the business startup phase and earned a reputation as business startup specialists. Along the way, we've also developed a number of tools to help fast-track your business success. Plus, we're members of the Accountants Accelerator Group, a group of innovative accounting firms who focus on helping their small business clients grow their business, their profits, and their wealth. At the end of the presentation, we'll give you free access to a range of practical tools, including our new business starter kit, our startup expense checklist, a cash flow budget worksheet, and a business plan template. You can also access our 82-point checklist for starting a business. So, what's on the agenda today? Firstly, in some respects, starting a business is a bit like building a house. You need solid foundations, and in a business sense, these include the right business structure, the right accounting software, as well as adequate and appropriate insurances. With these foundation stones in place, you then need to look at registrations for your business name, tax, PAYG, and your website domain name. We will also address some legal aspects in this presentation, plus look at the importance of a business plan. Unquestionably, your financial aspects of starting a business are critical, and before you pull the trigger, you need to make sure your business is financially viable. So we will address issues like preparing a cash flow budget and a projection of your profit and loss for your first 12 months of trading. Next, we will look at your marketing, and we genuinely believe that your marketing could be the difference between gloom, doom, and boom. This is a very important part of the business puzzle. And we finally will introduce you to some of the tools we've built to help entrepreneurs just like you. So, let's get started and talk about business structures. In Australia, the four most popular types of business structure are sole trader, partnership, company, and trust. Each of these structures have different tax implications and provide different levels of asset protection. And choosing the right business structure can be complex. So whenever we provide advice on business structures, we always take into account a number of issues, including asset protection, tax minimisation, the likelihood of admitting new partners into the business down the track, and of course any legal requirements in your industry. We also consider the risk profile of your industry, future entitlement to discount capital gains tax concessions, the projected profitability of the business, and the current tax position of all stakeholders. You also need to consider the cost of setting up your structure, the ongoing compliance costs, the ease of setting up the structure, and the ability to restructure the business down the track if your circumstances change. The ability to carry forward losses might be another consideration. As a consequence, often the choice of business structure is a compromise based on the relative importance of each of these issues, and we urge you to consult with us before you make this important decision. The next brick in your business foundations is your choice of accounting software. And your software should make it easy to complete your routine bookkeeping tasks. Plus, at the click of a button, provides you with a snapshot of your business's financial performance. Make no mistake, the wrong choice of software can be catastrophic, and poor record keeping is one of the biggest causes of business failure in this country. Up-to-date, accurate records let you make informed business decisions. Here's another word of warning. New business owners often rush out and buy an accounting software package off the shelf that's beyond their business needs and level of accounting skill. They then produce what we call computerized shoebox records. That causes a lot of frustration and wastes a lot of time. They can also create additional accounting fees, which conflicts with our mission of helping you cut the cost of compliance. The first decision you need to make with software is, do you want a cloud-based program or a desktop program? We have a strong preference for cloud-based solutions because of their flexibility and the fact that you can access your financial data via the internet and invite us or your bookkeeper to view your accounts at the same time. This means you can get bookkeeping support and advice in real time because you can log in anytime, anywhere on your Mac, PC, tablet or smartphone to get a real-time view of your cash flow. Your data is automatically backed up and users, including your accountant, have access to the latest version of your financial data. You never have to worry about installing software or program updates with cloud-based programs. You also need to consider the functionality that your business requires from the software. Maybe you just need basic bookkeeping. Maybe you need invoicing, accounts receivable, accounts payable, inventory management, or point of sale. Think about what reports you want. Can the software handle multiple bank accounts? And maybe you might even need foreign currencies. Clearly, not all businesses are the same, and not all accounting software packages are the same. There are so many options on the market, like Xero, MYOB, QuickBooks, and many others. Your accounting or bookkeeping system should be like any other tool you use in your business. It needs to provide the information you require to run your business, but it has to be simple enough to operate. As such, you need to factor in your level of accounting skill to avoid producing one of those computerized shoeboxes. Let's now address another key issue, insurances. Without the right insurances, all the time and money you've invested in your business could go up in smoke due to a fire, storm or burglary. While insurance can sometimes seem like another cost in a long list of expenses for a startup business owner, if your business is uninsured or underinsured, you might never recover from a natural disaster, burglary, act of vandalism, fire or storm. The size and nature of your business will generally determine the type of insurance coverage you need, and we recommend you discuss your specific needs with an insurance broker. Depending on your circumstances, you might need to think about public liability insurance to cover customers, clients and visitors to your premises, while you might also need cover for your contents, equipment, stock and furnishing. If your business is in the service industry, you might need to consider professional indemnity insurance to protect your legal liability to third parties arising from professional negligence or wrongful advice. The list goes on. Product insurance if your business is in manufacturing, plus of course motor vehicle insurance if your vehicle is used for business purposes. If you have staff, you need to have workers' compensation insurance. If you're running your business from home, your ordinary household insurance policy won't cover things like your business stock and other liabilities. So we urge you to contact us or an insurance broker for further advice in this area. Next, let's talk about business registrations.
Another important task when starting a business is to register your business with the government authorities. Penalties and fines can apply if you fail to register within prescribed timelines. Obviously, we can't cover every scenario here, but let's look at the key registrations you need. Firstly, having established your business structure, your trading entity will need a tax file number, or TFN, so you can lodge an annual tax return. If you operate as a sole trader, you can use your personal tax file number for both your business and personal dealings with the ATO. Partnerships, companies and trusts are required to have a separate tax file number, and you can apply for this at the same time as you apply for your Australian business number or ABN. You need an ABN to register for GST, PAYG withholding and fringe benefits tax. Plus you'll need an ABN so you can deal with other businesses and avoid having amounts withheld from payments to you. We usually apply for an ABN and TFN on your behalf. However, you can go to the Australian Business Register website and follow the directions. If you are a registered company with an Australian company number or ACN, your ABN will be your ACN with 2 extra digits at the beginning. Another key registration is GST, and you are required to register for GST if either of the following apply. 1. Your current or projected annual turnover is $75,000 or more. Note that as soon as you know your turnover will reach $75,000 or more, you have 21 days to register for GST. Secondly, regardless of your annual turnover, if you operate a taxi, limousine or hire car service, you must register for GST. And thirdly, if you want to claim fuel tax credits, you need to register for GST. When you register for GST, it means you are required to complete a business activity statement or BAS at the end of each tax period. Most small businesses lodge their BASs quarterly, but you can choose to report monthly to the ATO. The table on the screen highlights the due date for lodgement of quarterly BASs, and it's generally 28 days after the end of each quarter, with the exception of the December quarter, where the due date is extended to February 28. Of course, there are numerous other potential business registrations, including your business or trading name, trademarks, patents, and your website domain name. There are also industry-specific registrations. For example, if you plan to run a food or liquor business, there are various licences and local council permits you'll need. If you're employing staff, there are additional registration requirements, including PAG withholding and work cover. In addition, with employees, you have superannuation guarantee obligations, and it might also be time to review your accounting software program to incorporate a payroll module to save time. Moving on to the legal issues of starting a business. Remember, if you operate as a company, you have created a separate legal entity that can sue and be sued. If you are a director of the company, you have to comply with your legal obligations under the Corporations Act. If you operate as a partnership, you'll probably need help to draft the terms and conditions of your partnership agreement. We've already covered some key business registrations, but you might also need to protect your intellectual property with trademarks or patents. Plus, if you have employees, you'll need formal employment agreements. Other areas that may require the help of a solicitor include the contract for the purchase of a business, negotiating or reviewing your commercial or retail lease, drafting or reviewing the terms of trade with your suppliers and customers, plus advice regarding contracts for the supply of financial services, including loans or an overdraft facility. One final point to mention when starting a business is make sure you have a legal will. It is the foundation stone of good estate planning, and you should seek legal advice when drafting your will. Let's now look at the financial aspects of starting a business, including the need for a business plan and cash flow budget. Benjamin Franklin said, "If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail." This is great advice, and it also serves as a warning for new business owners. To raise finance, you need a business plan that provides investors with key information about your business. Having said that, your business plan can be substantially more than just a document to satisfy your bank or financiers. It should prove the financial viability of your business idea and provide an overview of where you plan to take the business in the future and how you intend to get there. It's really the blueprint for the future of your business. You need to incorporate your projected financials into the plan, but so many business owners fail to make a start because they're waiting for more certainty regarding their sales projections, funding, or costs. Remember, your business plan should steer your activity, not the other way around. To help you, we can do some financial modelling and produce forecasts based on different scenarios and price points. And obviously, a positive cash flow is a necessity if your business is to succeed. And it just doesn't just happen. You need to plan it and prepare a 12-month cash flow forecast before you think about opening your doors. In fact, any business that fails to accurately forecast its cash flow for the first 12 months is on a collision course, because without realistic cash flow projections, management can't identify future cash shortages. You need to prepare your cash flow budget based on a number of assumptions regarding the anticipated performance of the business. The assumptions should be realistic and supported by research, available data, plus known facts, including the rent and any forward contracts. The information in your cash flow budget is designed to, firstly, forecast your likely cash position at the end of each month, identify any fluctuations that may lead to potential cash shortages, plan for your tax payments, plan for any major capital expenditure, and provide prospective lenders with key financial information. Of course, positive cash flow is not enough, and your business also needs to make a profit. All too often, we hear of profitable small businesses that lack sufficient working capital, and that spells trouble. Your cash flow forecast starts with sales projections, and this must be based on specific assumptions and factor in things like the seasonality of your business and the state of the economy. From a cash flow point of view, you need to think about how quickly you'll get paid after invoicing your customers. Ask yourself, if you expect to be paid in 30 days, what would happen to your cash flow if that blew out to 90 days? What would your cash flow look like in that instance, and would you need to borrow more money from the bank at that point? Going back to the bank for an extension of your overdraft or additional loans after just a couple of months of trading would set alarm bells off at a bank. Once you are comfortable with the cash receipt projections, it's time to consider your expenses. We've produced a business startup expense checklist that dissects your startup costs into categories like the office or shop fit out, equipment, IT expenses, professional fees, marketing costs, and furniture and fittings. These figures then slot neatly into a cash flow budget template to produce a forecast of your first year's trading results. Preparing cash flow projections can be time consuming, and the truth is, as the business owner, you're the most qualified person to develop your cash flow forecast. You've researched the market, you know your costs, and you know your competitors' prices. Moving on to marketing. Entrepreneurs generally invest a huge amount of time and money in researching their new business venture. However, it could all amount to nothing unless you get your marketing right. The right product, location, and price does not guarantee business success unless you have the right marketing mix. In fact, in the digital and social age, your marketing could be the difference between boom, doom, and gloom. Extremely successful businesses have a predictable system for attracting their ideal type of customer. They document their marketing plan that outlines all the marketing strategies and tactics they plan to implement over the next 12 months. Your marketing plan should define your ideal customer and which tactics will be most effective. Online activities like social media channels, SEO, search, pay-per-click, guest blogging, videos, webinars, or offline tactics such as print, advertising, TV, direct mail, trade shows, conferences, networking, or cold calling. With so many marketing options available, your plan should outline your marketing mix and allocate a budget to each tactic. For most business startups, the marketing process begins with the development of your brand. While most people think your business brand is just a logo, branding is a lot more than just a logo or trademark. Your packaging, typography, personality, customer service, pricing, and product quality all form part of your brand. Your reputation is part of your brand, and the objective is to make your business stand out in the crowd. Your business name should be memorable, plus work on the internet for search engine optimization purposes. When deciding on your business name, make sure it's a good fit for your startup as well as a good fit for the future. If your business takes off, will the name still work if your business grows? Before you register your business name, make sure the website domain name is also available and register it. Business name will also form part of any trademark design that could be important if you ever want to franchise the business. Your logo is the visual face of the business, and it's part of the business's DNA. It should be memorable and unique, and even the colours can be important. A good logo can make a huge impact, while a plain or amateurish logo can reflect poorly on the business. Your slogan or tagline is also part of your branding, and this catchy phrase or set of words should strike a chord with your potential customers and communicate what benefits you offer them. Which brings us to websites. Now, we could write a book on this topic, and actually we have. It's titled The One Simple Secret to Growing Your Business, and you can download it from our website. It's a fantastic resource designed to help you build a cutting-edge website. These days, your website is probably going to be the first touch point with a potential new customer, client, or patient. You need to make a good first impression, and an amateurish website, or no website at all, is a customer killer. Your website is effectively your online shopfront that's open 24/7, 365 days of the year. It serves as your marketing hub, houses all your content, and draws traffic from multiple sources, including your social media channels. Despite being the primary source of growth for most business owners, the majority of websites are simply digital billboards. They really just list the who, what, and where of the business. The good news is, this provides you with a great opportunity because you can launch your new website and grab a share of the market. In fact, the internet provides a level playing field, and a new small business with a great website can compete with an established large business. High-performing websites generate leads, provide prospects with free resources, encourage comments and discussion, plus have calls to action on every page to steer prospects through to the next stage of the buying process. These websites target their ideal type of customer and prompt their visitors to take action, which could be subscribe to a newsletter, download an ebook, take advantage of a free consultation, or simply make contact. As your most important marketing tool, you need to think of your website as an investment, not a cost. It will never be finished and is a permanent work in progress. When talking websites, a lot of business owners think build it and they will come. However, there are some key elements you need to have to make your website work, including search engine optimization or SEO, video content, a blog, social media, and of course backlinks. Let's explore some of these website essentials, starting with search engine optimization or SEO. That is basically the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to your website through organic search engine results. That is, getting your website pages ranking higher on Google for keywords and phrases in your industry. SEO is a science, but it's not rocket science, and you need original quality content that can come in many forms, including on-page text, videos, ebooks, and images. Your content should target your ideal customer and spell out your expertise, specialist services, and niche markets. Just a word of advice when building your website. A lot of people get caught up in the look of their website, and while appearance is important, business owners often let pretty get in the way of progress. You can have the most beautiful website in the world, but if you get no traffic, it won't convert to sales. You need to appear on the first page of the search results, and research suggests that 75% of visitors don't go beyond the first page of a Google search. Google offers some very simple advice. Forget about trying to beat the system and focus on building a website full of relevant, interesting, and original content. A good search ranking will follow naturally. This highlights the importance of search engine optimization, and remember, the majority of your competitors' websites are simply online brochures that lack SEO. They lack calls to action, lead magnets, social proof, and videos. Content is clearly one of the most important Google ranking factors, and you're probably familiar with the expression, content is king. Content marketing isn't about producing more content, it's about producing quality content that engages with your target audience. Teach customers, don't sell to them. Or should I say, teach customers and don't just sell to them. Offer content like ebooks, white papers, videos, and infographics that answer their most frequently asked questions. Help solve their pains, problems, and frustrations. Backlinks or inbound links are links from other websites to your website, and they are an important Google ranking factor. The number of backlinks a website has is an indicator of its popularity or importance with search engines like Google, but it's not just about the volume of links. It's also about the quality of the backlinks. A blog is an important part of your marketing arsenal and an effective way to drive more traffic to your website. It can help boost your SEO because Google, and the other search engines crave fresh content to index. It also gives you the opportunity to include keywords in your post and connect with your website visitors by inviting them to comment and share your posts. By responding to readers' comments, you can build rapport and trust, plus position yourself as a thought leader and industry expert. Your blog posts also provide content to include in your social media posts and email marketing campaigns. Video also plays a huge part in search engine optimization. In fact, research suggests you're 53 times more likely to get a page 1 listing on Google with video content embedded on your website. YouTube is now the second biggest search engine behind Google, so video content is critical to prospective customers finding your business. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. However, 1 minute of video is statistically worth 1.8 million words. You need to incorporate video into your marketing plans, and because they can increase the time spent by customers on your website, they can impact on your search engine ranking. Longer exposure builds trust and signals to the search engine that your site has relevant content. YouTube now has over 1 billion users who watch millions of hours of video every day. You can tap into these viewers by creating your own videos and putting them on your own YouTube channel. They are then indexed by Google, who incidentally owns YouTube, so the challenge is to optimize them for the search engines. Research suggests that 78% of people watch video online at least once a week, and if your target market is the millennial generation, born between 1978 and 2000, then video is a must-have on your website. If you want to reach more people on Facebook, then start using video there, because that platform now claims to have hit an average of 8 billion daily video views. Incredible numbers. Producing a video is a process, and just like any other marketing strategy, it requires planning. Today, every business owner needs to be a publisher, and while you may not have the resources, experience, or budget of a Hollywood producer, video production is relatively simple thanks to modern-day cameras, including mobile phones and desktop editing software. Your videos don't need to be a Titanic production, but you might have a video that is your showpiece that sits proudly on your website's homepage, as well as a number of secondary videos that sit elsewhere on your website. They could be simple product demonstration videos that don't need the polish or production quality of a high-impact corporate video for a professional services firm. It's impossible now to talk about marketing and not mention social media. When starting a business, you need to consider a number of social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Depending on your industry, there are others to consider as well. Your customers are constantly connected on their mobile devices, and businesses need to have a strong social media presence to reach their current and potential customers and clients. As a business startup, you need to compete with established businesses in your industry, and it's almost impossible if you aren't active on social media. Consumers are seeking a solution to their problem, and social media is a go-to destination. It also helps build relationships with your customers, and you can interact with them and get an insight into their lives and preferences. Google organic rankings, including a factor called social signal, that is based on your usage, frequency, and influence in social media. As a business startup, you can't afford to ignore social media. Reviews, and specifically Google reviews, are very important as they provide social proof that your business is trustworthy. In fact, Google reviews carry extra credibility because it's difficult to be anonymous with them. Claiming your Google My Business listing and managing your business and contact information is very important to getting your new business found online. Google allows us to write reviews on your Google My Business listing and give you a rating out of 5 stars, plus a written review. These are displayed in Google's search results so they can influence the way people find you, and the positivity of the review could determine whether customers will engage with your business. Of course, being on a Google platform, these reviews are obviously favoured by Google, and ideally you want to get a steady stream of reviews rather than the batch of them altogether. The more 5-star reviews you can get, the better. Starting a business is like building a house. You need resources plus the right tools. And when starting a business, the right tools can help fast track the process. Over the years, we have mentored hundreds of entrepreneurs through the business startup phase. Along the way, we've developed some great tools, including the new Business Starter Kit that contains detailed information on everything we've covered in today's presentation. In addition, we can supply you with our Business Startup Expense Checklist that provides a comprehensive list of potential expenses you might incur when starting a business. The checklist breaks down your costs into categories, including professional fees, plant and equipment, marketing, fit-out costs, and IT expenses. We can also supply you with a cash flow template, as well as a detailed 80-point checklist of things you need to do when starting a business. It covers the essential steps in the planning phase, the financial aspects, key business registrations, marketing, and steps required when you finally open the doors to your new business. So that's what's involved in starting a business. And sometimes the last 10% of tasks can take as much time to complete as the first 90% of tasks. Thanks for joining us today on this webinar. And if you're looking to get your business off to a flying start, we offer you a free consultation to discuss your business plans. We've built a reputation as business startup specialists and can provide you with a range of practical tools and templates to help fast track your business success.